Dr. Conover and I had lots to talk about concerning this, and I was already late for that appointment. When it comes right down to it, most of what it takes to maintain your health is free in the form of grounding. All one needs is awareness.
Wait, most of us have this.
Wait, what do we do in a place then like this? This is what we live in. What do we do?
Well, I think that there's a way for us to accept modern technology and in our society as it is, and also still make the time to touch Mother Earth and find ways to connect with her, even with this all around us. I mean, we're still living on the Earth, so there's still ways to touch her, connect with her. And I don't think it has to be that we live that way constantly. I think it could be that we take the effort to do that every day, even if we're not living directly off her.
Her homeschooling continued, and now I, too, was one of her students.
There's so much sacred geometry in the human body. I mean, our human body is full of sacred geometry. So in your ear, the way you pick up sound is through a sacred spiral that's right next to your brain. In the eye, first of all, the shape of the eye is what?
Circle, obviously.
Circle, yes. So here we have a sensory organ, your eye, that's designed to pick up on what you're seeing. And the back of it is called the retina. And there's rod and cone cells there. And wait till you see what they look like up close. Here's what they, see these now? They're
Right.
like, some are pointy and some are like sticks. Well, they're called that because of this, a rod and a cone. And if you were to look up close, look at what it really is. It's these discs stacked on each other beautifully and repetitively and with a geometry to them.
Oh my goodness,
And
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's the back of your retina, and that's what picks up on light.
Dr. Stephen Sinatra has never stopped his pioneering research into earthing. Working closely with colleague Clint Ober, they continue to break down barriers in conventional medicine that separates patients from real recovery and freedom. And so, today I was on hand to document a first-time experiment, which, if it would work, would make history in medical circles. But if it failed, would leave Dr. Sinatra embarrassed at best and confused at worst. It was an introduction of grounding to a diabetic patient whose retina would be photographed before and after only 2 hours of grounding. If even the slightest change could be observed after that time, it would be groundbreaking news and unequivocal as to what's possible if Mother Earth is given a chance to be heard. Dr. Sinatra placed a grounding patch on the bottom of both the patient's feet and on both palms of his hands. The earth would do the rest.
You're grounded.
Doctor, how much more time do we have before we test this patient?
About 20 minutes or so.
Okay, and what are we going to see, hopefully?
So the purpose of this test, and the reason why we do it as retina specialists, it's called a fluorescein angiogram. Fluorescein is a vegetable-based dye, and we inject it into a patient's a vein through an IV, and it circulates through the heart and up to the head and into the eye. And we can actually document the blood flow in the eye, in the retina in particular. So the retina is the photographic film of the eye. It's no thicker than tissue paper, and it's attached to the inner wall of the back of the eye. And coursing through the retina are very fine blood vessels. And so say, for example, patients with high blood pressure or diabetes or macular degeneration, we monitored the blood flow in the back of the eye by doing this test.
done like 3,000 angiograms, so I'm used to reading, angiograms in the heart. But when I see something like this, you see this branch coming off here, and it's really lit up over here, and this little branch here.
Yeah.
I mean, and
could that be a difference?
Yeah, I mean, isn't that improved blood flow?
It could be, Steve. Yeah.
I mean,
there. And even off this
unbelievable.
tributary too.
Yeah, you
If
see
look
that tributary? You can't see it here, and you see a beautiful tributary there. I mean, that's,
that looks like, you're right. I didn't
not
look at that.
increased blood flow to the retina?
I was concentrating on the macula.
On the macula, yeah.
Because that's the game in vision. The macula actually looks better perfused post grounding. I would tell you that's pretty neat, because usually when we see a distortion of the foveal avascular zone like this in diabetics, it gets progressively larger. You never see it shrink. That's what caught my attention right away.
And the fact that these vessels are lighting up more, in other words, can you assume if you do have better perfusion of the retina, could there be, under microscopic conditions, better perfusion of the macula?
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. The change in the foveal avascular zone, or the shrinkage of it, suggests that there's improved perfusion of the macula. That's really what that's about.
And that's what we want.
That's exactly. That's the game.
And even if we had 1% perfusion, that's significant.
That is gigantic for the photoreceptor cells that are affected by that.
And that's only 2 hours of grounding.
Yeah.
Less than 2 hours.
Yeah. I mean, suppose we did 12 hours of grounding.
That'd be interesting.
So, doctor, what does this mean for you? Will you do this with more patients?
Absolutely. I mean, this is a very interesting initial observation. It's quite exciting because if we can show, as in all good science, that it's reproducible and we can improve the perfusion, in this instance of a diabetic patient or in other patients, that has huge implications to the health of their eye and actually their health of their whole body.
For the first time, there is even hope for this patient to regain his sight. Dr. Sinatra can also see significant differences between horses that are grounded.